Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, bringing you guys some more news and information regarding Call of Duty World War II. This is news that has been out for a couple of days now, but it has kind of been lost within the midst of campaign leaks, multiplayer leaks, as well as everybody discussing the new and mysterious co-op mode that is going to be in Call of Duty World War II. The big news is it appears that Sony's deal with Activision is going to continue on into Call of Duty World War II. We know this because if you go to the Amazon UK page, you are now able to pre-order Call of Duty World War II, and if you go to the PlayStation 4 version of COD World War II, you're going to see this sticker on the cover art that indicates that if you play on the PlayStation 4, you will get to play the Call of Duty World War II map packs 30 days earlier than people on the Xbox One or on the PC. If you're somebody that likes to play on the Xbox One or the PC, you can still pre-order the game, but you're going to have to wait for your map packs, which is, I guess, I don't know, it's really bad in a lot of respects, but it's also somewhat good in some other ones. So we're going to be discussing that here in this video. This is disappointing to me for a couple of reasons. Number one is I'm disappointed that COD World War II is going to have this exclusivity deal, right? Because it's bad for the consumer all around. There's no real way to make it good, right? Because you're basically taking half of your player base and telling them, well, you picked the wrong platform, now you have to wait, right? Like, why are you punishing us for picking a platform? It's never been good. And I know I'm an Xbox player, and so people will say, well, you're only saying that because you like Xbox. It's not because of that. I was making videos about this exact same topic years ago, back in Black Ops 1, about how it's bad for the community, even then when Microsoft had the deal and I was actually benefiting from it, right? It's a bad system for everybody involved. I wish they would get rid of it. Like, I understand that Call of Duty is a business and they're making money from it, and they have the right to make money and do so however they please, but is it not like they're screwing over the player base here? I mean, half of the player base, maybe more than half, has to wait for downloadable content just because they didn't pick the quote-unquote right platform. It's pretty annoying if you ask me. The other reason why I'm disappointed about this is because I kind of wish they would just get rid of the entire map pack model as a whole. I've talked about it in previous videos, and longtime fans have heard this before, but the model that we have currently is a bad model. It is outdated, and it just hurts the community in the short term and in the long term, right? Because with the current DLC model, what it does is it splits up the community with expensive maps that become increasingly irrelevant over time. You pay $15 for 4 maps, sometimes 5 maps, that you play a bunch as soon as they are released, but then you just stop kind of playing them altogether until more DLC is released, assuming of course you have a season pass or if you buy all of the various map packs, until you eventually, by the end of the cycle, have 16 to 20 new multiplayer maps on top of the maps that already shipped with the game. And with all these things combined, you are just so overloaded with maps that you end up not being able to play the maps you actually want. Like, towards the end of the game's life cycle, it's not uncommon to have 30 or 40 multiplayer maps, not counting like zombies and everything else, and that's a bit too much if you ask me, because not every one of those DLC maps is good. So if there's a map that you particularly enjoy that was maybe a standard map, the chances of you actually playing that are kind of slim towards the end of the game's life cycle, which is a bit annoying. Not to mention that map packs split up the community and only allow people to play with other people that have the exact same DLC that they have. So for example, using Black Ops 3, since all of its DLC is released, well, actually almost all of its DLC, we could talk about that, but apparently there's going to be a new Zombies DLC for Black Ops 3. There's leaks going around right now. It sounds pretty interesting. It's going to be a bunch of throwback maps. But if you take Black Ops 3 as an example, right, your 4 normal DLCs. Let's say you only have DLC 2 and DLC 4 installed. Well, then now you find yourself in a situation where you're only going to be able to be matched up in the multiplayer with other people who also only have DLC 2 and DLC 4 installed, which is just really weird. Also, if you try playing with a friend, that really screws you over because your friend may not have the exact same DLC that you do, so you end up having to choose between playing with your friends or playing for the maps that you ended up paying for. I mean, this is evident in the gameplay you guys are watching right now. I'm playing Modern Warfare Remastered. This was recorded last night after the map pack has been released. I have the Variety map pack. My buddy Cypher does not, and so as a result, if I want to play with him, I cannot play the maps that I have paid for, which is really annoying. It's a really crummy system if you think about it, and I wish they would just revamp it to some extent. I mean, everyone keeps suggesting releasing Overwatch, I think that's a really good idea. If you guys don't know, in Overwatch, it is a game that you have to pay for. I think it's $40 on PC and $60 on console. You have to buy the game. But everything in the game is essentially free with the exception of cosmetic loot boxes. You get these things by doing events throughout the week, and you also get them by leveling up. But for the most part, if you want the stuff in the loot boxes, it's probably for the best to just spend a little bit of money. But everything in there is cosmetic. We're talking skins, sprays, and stuff like that, all right? Everything is purely cosmetic and truly cosmetic, unlike in Call of Duty where they say it's going to be cosmetic, then eventually add stuff later. No, since the launch of Overwatch, 110% cosmetic content can be found in these loot boxes, essentially, right? And so what they've done, Blizzard, who is actually part of Activision Blizzard, what they've done with their business model is they take all the money they earn from these loot boxes, again, 100% cosmetic, and they use that money to fund free updates for the game. So every new hero that comes to the game is able to be played by everybody. If you have the game, you can play the hero. They've added a couple of brand new maps to the game. Everything that has been added to the game has been added to the game for free. The only thing you are required to pay is the price of the game itself to actually acquire it. That is the only thing. All the updates are 110% free, and I feel as though why is Call of Duty not doing this? I guess I understand why. They make a bunch of money from it, and they have set a precedent that allows them to actually go ahead and do that. No other game out there right now charges you for the game, charges you for a season pass and or map packs, and charges you for supply drops that have actual in-game game-changing content within them. No other game does that, but Call of Duty does because they've set a precedent. People kind of have come to expect that. I think it would be neat if in COD World War II, they were just to realize that this is a new era of Call of Duty, right? You have your early, you could probably take all the Call of Duty games and divide them up into sections, basically. You have the very early COD games. I'm talking COD 1, COD 2, COD 3. Then you have what I'm going to call the modernized Call of Duty games. COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts, of course. And then you have the futuristic CODs, right? You have Advanced Warfare, you have Black Ops 3, and you have Infinite Warfare. Those are like the three eras of Call of Duty right there. Now we have a brand new era, COD World War II, where everything is going to be going back to the past. They're going to be taking this series back to its roots. And with a new era of Call of Duty, they have a chance, at least in my opinion, to revamp the business model and do things a little bit differently. Have a real new era for the game, not only for like how the game is played, but for the business model as a whole. They could go the Overwatch route and make it so there are supply drops in the game, which, let's not kid ourselves, supply drops are going to be there. But they could do that while also every month or every 2 months or every month and a half or something like that, just give us one brand new multiplayer map, right? That's all they have to do. Just one map every month, every 2 months, something like that, while also having supply drops that hopefully only have cosmetic content in there, and use all the money they make from those cosmetic supply drops to actually allow us to have brand new maps, brand new updates, and stuff like that. That sounds pretty good to me, but of course, I don't think that's ever going to happen because they make too much money from this model, and from what we can tell from Amazon UK, they plan to give us more of the same, assumably 4 DLC packs, at least 4 maps in each one of these packs, perhaps a brand new map of this new co-op game mode with each one, of course, probably a season pass, probably a bunch of cosmetic updates to supply drops. Hopefully, they're actually going to be cosmetic, but assumably we're going to have weapon updates to supply drops as well. Just more of the same, basically, which is, I guess, not the end of the world. Like, I like the variety map pack. I, for the most part, like most map packs. I mean, they're enjoyable. It's fun to play in the maps. But like I said, there are definitely a bunch of downsides to the current DLC model, which I've gone over here in this video. So it's good and bad, I guess. We're going to have more of the same in Call of Duty World War II. But at the same time, I think it's neat that we have a possibility for some really cool stuff with this game. Of course, we're going to have a bunch of really awesome, iconic World War II locations that are shipped with the game. But when it comes to downloadable content, in more maps, we're going to be able to see more aspects of World War II as actual DLC, which sounds interesting, and perhaps we're going to get some cool remakes of maps from COD 2, COD 3, and World at War. That sounds really cool. Like, they've revamped, or reimagined, I should say, some World at War maps in the past and other Call of Duty games, but they reimagined them so much that you can't really tell they are actually based on a World War II map. I'm looking at you, Rupture. I mean, this map, when they announced it, it was going to be a remake of Outskirts. I was so excited. Then when we actually started playing it, it's like, this map looks so much different, and they've actually changed up aspects of it as well. It just doesn't even feel like it's a World War II map anymore. But if they were to remake some stuff from World at War into COD World War II, I mean, it's going to look like a World War II map again, right? So that sounds like it could be pretty interesting. I'm interested to see what the DLC model is going to be like going forward. We don't know 100% as of right now. I mean, all we really have is what we can go off of from the Amazon UK page. And aside from that, they haven't said one way or the other. Hopefully they shed some light on this during the worldwide reveal on Wednesday. Counting down the days, guys. We're getting closer and closer with each passing day to learning so much about Call of Duty World War II. I cannot wait to learn more. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys all found it helpful and informative. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below on the current DLC model in Call of Duty and the DLC model in Call of Duty World War II. And what suggestions would you have for Activision, for Sledgehammer Games, to make the business model more fair for everybody involved, including them? Right, including them. I'd love to hear about that down there in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.